Hi everyone, it's Gina. I'm going to go ahead and answer our week 2 stress video response. Who or what pushes your stress button? I think right now one of the major contributors to who pushes my stress button would have to be my parents of my middle schoolers. Reason being is with trimester 1 coming to an end, I tend to get the emails about why is my child getting this grade? What can they do? Is there any extra credit? Why did he get this grade on this? Why did he get his grade on that? And so forth. Um, I am unfortunately one of very few teachers that tend to update their grades on a weekly basis. And every week I tell my students that, okay, grades have been updated. Check the student portal, have your parents check parent portal. If you have any questions, let me know. And I won't get anything until pretty much the last week before grades are due. And with physical education, I mean, it is a participation class. You have to be there in order to participate. So it's one of those things where we do not have extra credit at my school in our PE department. Um, so I think what stresses me out is the abundance of emails of parents trying to figure out how they can get their students' grades up. And I think that obviously isn't necessarily their responsibility. It's their child. They have to keep their child accountable for their work that they're producing at the school, which, if they're that concerned, obviously their child um, isn't being accountable for their work. So I think dealing with parents on the fact of the matter that in reality their student was slacking off, and now it's the fact of the matter that they want their grades changed and they want a quick fix. Um, and I think that's a stressor for me because, I over and over, I repeatedly tell the kids, okay, certain assignments are due when they're due. We have a weekly assignment that I assign on Monday morning when I get onto campus at 6:30, and it's not due until Friday by 5 p.m. And the assignment literally takes 5 minutes. And so I don't feel sorry when an assignment comes in at 5:01. It doesn't even faze me. Um, but the parents think that, I guess, our department's out to get them. Our department wants their child to fail, and it's not the case. Um, when it comes to the mile runs, we follow the state standards healthy fitness zones, especially when it comes to testing. And it feels like parents don't see PE as, how can you grade my child based off of a time? However, when I think about it, it's just like every other subject. Every other subject has standards that they have to meet. Their kids get tested in those, and if they fail, they fail. If they don't, they don't. Um, However, I feel that they don't see PE as the same way. They do not see it as an academic course. So that is definitely a big stress for me, trying to emphasize what my expectations are to not only the students but also to the parents for them to understand, so that nothing comes as a surprise. When I was reading over the steps to implement how to counteract my stressors, I think I tend to actually use breathing techniques a lot of the time. I get built up on the stress as I'm reading emails, and I kind of take a second at the end of an email before I even respond back to kind of, take a step back, relax, take my deep breaths, um, kind of try to get as much as that stress out through breathing as possible before I write the email. A lot of times what I do is, a lot of times I won't respond right away. I'll respond maybe after first period if I got the email first thing in the morning, or after second period, depending on the time, just so I can kind of reflect on what I'm going to say, have a better, clearer mind at the end, so that I'm not being, I guess you can say, too harsh on the email or on the response back, with that. But I definitely feel that I use the breathing technique, especially the natural breathing. I don't lie down on the floor at my school, to go into deep breathing, but I do sit at my desk and kind of do the in through your nose, out through your mouth, taking in those deep breaths, um, to kind of calm my nerves, kind of relax my muscles so I'm not so tense, because I feel that when my body's tense or my muscles are tense, my emails are more stern. I don't want to say they're more angry, but they're definitely more stern. So the that's definitely what I use, and that I'll continue to implement and incorporate in my daily routine when it comes to being, when I have my stress button pushed. So I can't wait to see some of your responses to this stress, posting, to kind of see what everyone else is going through, and maybe I can pick up some different techniques from all of you. Have a good night and have a good second week of this class.